Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194, and appreciate you taking the time out of your day to stop in and visit.
Stay double file.
And we're here in the Coach Dave's Sprint GT3 series here in Low Fuel Motorsports here in Nurburgring. I'm in the Porsche with a custom livery. I botched my hot lap. I probably would have been up near the top 10, but instead I'm about in the middle of the field. So this will be interesting.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on the left. Clear on the left. We have
I knew
some
it.
light damage at the rear of the car. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Yellow flag, be careful there. Slow car ahead.
Dude. Oh, 8 seconds damage. Wow. Not good. I hope I can get in the top 10. Or at least stay where I'm at. I'm in 13th now. I didn't know what that Aston Martin was doing. I thought, this isn't my fault for tapping him, but I thought he knew I was there, so. Then when he moved over, I tried to get up on the grass to miss him, but still tapped him. they're all tripping over each other, so that's good. A lot of BMWs.
Yellow flag, be careful.
A lot of BMWs in here.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
Really good lap for all this damage.
Well done, mate. Personal best. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left.
Good grief!
Clear on the
Am I
left.
playing pinball or racing?
Slight damage on the left of the car.
Good grief! I'm getting binged and banged all over the place. Great, more damage. Damage, I'm a sitting duck.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
too hard. A little draft and help anyway. Dang it, too deep.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best. We are halfway through, not over yet.
Away.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 3.
BMW's catching me. Time. Something must have happened. axes. This much damage. That's not real bad. Probably have 10 seconds or more. Yeah, I thought I was out of limits, but it's alright. It's late.
Slow car ahead.
Still 11th. I think I could have stayed out of those accidents. I think I could have got in the top 10. And car had been running a lot better. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. So that's the way it goes. Catching back up to me again. Well, he needs to have some killer laps right now. Keep digging. Oh, there's a lot of cars up there. He's definitely running me down. Come on. Dang it.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Got no grip.
Leader has finished the race.
Yeah, just couldn't do it.
Alright, race is over. Good job, mate. You did your best.
Well, I gained a few spots, but not that good. So let's go back to the garage. So yeah, that kind of finished like 12th. So that's just the way it goes. Still think I could have gotten top 10 if the car, would have had very little damage or no damage, because the tires were just gone by the end. I've been burning them up because just using the tires up. So you know, with that damage. I didn't even look how much damage, but I know it had to be at least 10 seconds or more. I had 8 seconds in the beginning, so it was probably 10 or 15 seconds. Shoot. All kinds of damage. So that's the way it goes. So we'll go ahead and go over the setup if you would like that. You know, it runs 55s with the race fuel load. So I'll go ahead and we'll meet you back, and that way we'll have an undamaged car. Alrighty, well, I just did a few laps. Here's the custom livery by Mauro. I want to thank you very much, Mauro from Argentina. He did this custom livery for me and sent it to me as a present for my 3 years uploading videos, you know, sim racing and models and things like that. And of course, you can see I thought it was kind of neat that he got Spark on there, which is of course models. So very cool. Definitely like the color combo. All the colors I like. Got Spark on the front with the Sky194 Motorsports. And then on the back here, you got YouTube back here. And Mecanis Motorsports. So I thought it was pretty cool with the YouTube thing on the side. So I thought, thank you so very much. I think it looks great. Of course, he's got my name there on the top too. So again, I think it looks awesome. So I just did a few laps, and because I'm kind of tired, arms and hands are just pretty much worn out. So we're just going to do a lap here. Don't mind, I like looking at my new beautiful livery. I finally got it installed the other day. But yeah, so it hardly has any fuel out of it because this is like this third lap. Out lapped, one lap, and then this is the third lap, so. I could tell a difference. It definitely had a little bit more corner, especially corner entry. So, you know, when everything's working like it's supposed to, not damaged. And the good thing about it, it's really not on the ragged edge. I really think the car is very driver friendly for the Porsche. So, I mean, I think the balance is very, very good. So probably could make it a little bit more edgy, maybe get a little bit more time out of it. But like I said, I think it's just, I could do, you know, with this, if I didn't have the damage, you know, or very little, I mean, you could drive it all day and be fine. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it goes over everything really good, handles that, you know, the Schumacher S is up through there, handles that just really, if you hit it right, you can be flat-footed. You know, if you don't hit it right, you just got to lift a teeny bit. But I mean, it's really just about perfect going through there. You go really deep in here. I mean, it's all good. Speed's decent, you know, for the Porsche. It's decent going down the straightaway. Beautiful car. Love the Porsche. That was a 155.88. So again, you know, that's all that. If you know, I'm sure it'll be running more mid 55s after some of the fuel burns off. But again, that's not bad for me because, you know, Nurburgring's just okay for me. I like the track. It's just, you know, getting the time out of it. So again, go over the setup. Got 26 left sides, 26.2 on the right sides. The toe is negative 0.06 with the camber at negative 3.6 and the caster at 9. The toe on the rear is 0.06 with the camber at negative 3. So again, just to kind of help the car rotate through some of these corners, I kind of hover between on the rear toe of 0.05 all the way up to 0.10. So you could try that if you wanted to maybe a little bit more rotation. You could go up to 0.10, get maybe a teeny bit more rotation, but it's a fine line between that and getting oversteer. So again, I was trying to find just a good balance because I want to be able to get on the gas early and get as much drive as I can. Let's see, electronics. 3 and 3, 3, so all 3 3s. Fuel, of course, I had 50 liters. Number 1 brake pad. Mechanical, 2 on the anti-roll bar, 51 on the brake bias. Steering's all the way down, which I had to turn. Of course, I turned it way down. I turned it down to 50 because it was, understeering more, and even 49 near the end there, which it didn't like too much, but you'd be all right if you're braking straight. Springs are 127,000 in the front with a 600 bump stop rate and a 5 bump stop range. And on the rear, the springs are 187,000 with a 500 bump stop rate and a 14 bump stop range. Anti-roll bar is 4, and the preload on the diff is 50. Again, I tried some different spring combinations, but this seems the best. I tried a softer spring, but I just didn't. I didn't like it. It probably actually would be better at when the car was near empty on fuel, but it isn't as good for when the car's got fuel on it, especially if you had even more, let's say 80 liters or something like that. So I left it at that. I think it worked pretty good. Other than that, the diff, I tried some different diff combinations, but I think the 50 works the best. I had 60 and 70, but I think 50 works the best. Going through a lot of these changing directions, you need the diff to be open. Okay, and then, of course, shocks. Go over Motec, which I'm trying to do. If you have any comments about that, let me know. But I had a request to kind of go over that when I make adjustments so y'all can see what it is. Now, of course, I didn't run it after I made the adjustments, so because I just made the adjustments after I came in and saw there's a few things that, that could be just small little adjustments. So here we got this, and this side looks pretty good. This side's a little on the high side, so I wanted to bring it down. And of course, it's 52, and you're trying to keep it around 50. So, but of course, I'm running out of adjustments almost down near the bottom. So again, I'm just trying to get as close as I can. So what I did is I lowered this down. This was higher, so I knocked this down 1. This was 3. And I think the rebound was, no, that was the same. And then on this side, it was the same. It was a little higher on the rebound side over here. Even though it's not at 50, it's at 48.5. But still, the graph is higher, so I'd rather have this just come down a little bit. So basically, I just lowered it down. Whoops. I lowered it down 1 click. So basically, that's what I did. I just lowered it down 1 click. On the rebound, so that should help the next time. And again, I did the same thing on the bump. It was the same thing. It was the same as the other side, so I knocked it down 1 also. And then here you can see, again, this one's like 48.9. Not real bad there, but it's the graph here is still higher coming up than the center. So again, I wanted to try to get a little bit more of a smoother graph, kind of like it is on this side. It's not as bad over here on the right side. So basically, I lowered this down a couple, took it down a couple, so it was a little higher on the rebound, and in the bump, I think I lowered it 1. So again, because it was over 50, it's at 51. So even though it's really not too bad, but I wouldn't mind it down a little bit farther took 1 click. That's all I could take out of it anyway. So then down over here, basically just did the same thing to the right side as I did on the left side, just about. Lowered it down 1 and lowered it down 1 up here. So other than that, that's about it. Very small adjustments, nothing major. But those little things help. A lot of times you just get that little bit of grip or tire, less tire wear or this or that. So again, it wasn't huge. It was just like I said, a click here, a click there. But again, I try to get them as dialed in as I can. And again, you want a nice graph going up. But sometimes you just can't. Some cars you just get them as good as you can get them, and you got to settle for that. So, and of course, you want to get these as close to 50 as you can. So again, I'm always trying to keep it as close to 50, either below or a little bit above. But I'm trying to keep the graph also, decent as far as the rate of the graph. So again, that's you're always gonna make an adjustment, like they said. But it's a lot closer than what it was by a long ways. So compared to what I started with, or like a standard setup, is a pretty big difference. So that's that. So we'll close that out. Aero, got 53 in the front, 5 splitter maxed out, 70 on the ride height in the rear with a 10 wing and a 4 and a 3 in the brake ducts, and the front aero variation is a 2.5 to the positive. So as you can see, I'm not running max wing or anything. So that's why I say the speed down the longest straightaway isn't bad for the Porsche. I think you're only a few mile an hour off, like a Huracan or Audi or something like that. So it's really not that bad for the Porsche. So, and of course, the ride height again, even it's only got 50 liters, but if you take near the bottom, so let's say you only got 3 liters left, it already comes up 2 in the front. So again, that's why I say it's always real critical in the Porsche to run it as low as you can in the beginning. That's at least my philosophy, because it's going to come up. It's going to come up. All of it's going to come up. It's not going to do a little both front and rear. It's just going to come all up in the front. So again, and that makes a big difference on your understeering, and all that kind of stuff. So you can see it now we're down to 1.3. So it was 2.5, and now we're down to 1.3. So it's cut it in half, pretty much. So again, that makes a big difference. So I always try to do it that way. And of course, the more fuel they have, the bigger the difference. So if I had 80 liters or 80-something liters, and it was down, and then it'd be even bigger. It'd probably be a 56. So that's 3 up. So again, all those things I tried to take into account to make the car still at least decent later at the end of its stint, instead of just completely falling off a cliff. So I hope you enjoy it. Of course, I'll leave a link to this setup in the description. Any questions, I'll try to answer the best I can. If you have any questions, I don't mind talking to anybody. I love talking to all my sim racing friends. Again, if you can share it to anybody else that likes ACC content or sim racing or nice models or whatever, I really appreciate it, trying to grow the channel. And I sure appreciate y'all's support, and I hope you come back and visit again really soon. Y'all take care. See ya.